Hello there and welcome back to the channel. This is Mel's Gaming here with another The Hunter Call of the Wild video. Now this video is going to be a selection of highlight clips from the past few days, and I'm currently buzzing because the last couple of clips I've literally just put them in the last like 10 minutes because the coolest thing just happened on multiplayer. I just can't really believe it and I'm so excited to share it with you. It's not a great one, but for me it's probably equally as exciting. But that you can see I was shooting a level 3 mallard, and that was actually on my Leighton map. I put down a tent at one of my new whitetail zones for grinding for a great one, and when I spawned there the next time, there were some ducks outside my tent, and there just happened to be a level 3 there. So I thought that would be quite a good little intro. And something else that I found on a multiplayer that actually I was looking for in the last video, and I'm really pleased to have one because it completes a multi-mount, is another rare male reindeer. And it's another piebald, and I really like the reindeer piebald, so I'm really not like at all disappointed that it's going to be two piebalds and then the bigger leucistic in that multi-mount. So it looks kind of cool having the leucistic being bigger and then the two piebalds being slightly smaller but not tiny. They've got like decent size racks. Like you can see that this is definitely a respectable rack. It's obviously not gold and nowhere near diamond, but they just look so cool. And I was kind of pleased that I actually managed to spot that this was a piebald at night. But he didn't want to give a broadside shot, and it was only a small one, so I thought I'd just take that front-on shot, and I did actually manage to clip a lung, so he didn't go very far. The M1 is just such a great gun. I just any shot like that, it always seems to deliver. But yeah, just another beautiful piebald reindeer bull for that multi-mount that I was trying to complete. Just managed to get that into the lung and not clip his skull at all. So yeah, now, moving on to this clip, this I literally had to pause everything and hit record pretty quickly because there was this little herd of Cape buffalo that came sort of charging out towards me when they started fleeing, and there was a Bighorn's legendary Cape buffalo in there. And it was really kind of lucky because I tried to track him, and then halfway through tracking him, I got host of the server, so I changed the time back, and they all started to come back to their zones. Now, whilst I'm waiting for them to actually come back and I'm looking around spotting them here, I had such an awful experience in multiplayer the other day with another legendary Bighorn's Cape Buffalo. I I had it actually a bit closer than this, perfectly broadside. It was a better shot than what I actually got on this guy, and the first shot got pen bug. It didn't penetrate. It just got flesh. So I waited, and then I noticed that there was a small horns legendary in the same herd, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be the coolest thing ever. So I waited for the Bighorns guy to come back so that I could get another shot in him, and at less than 150 metres, we were pretty close when I took that second shot. He was slightly quartering on, but nothing major, and he got flesh again. Now, I know that they would have been perfect shots because they were, like I said, they were closer range than this, and in fact, the first shot was even more ideal than that one. And yeah, I couldn't believe it. And then I was tracking him because I wanted to get him down to see, what had happened and see if I could record something to talk about the pen bug, which hopefully will get fixed tomorrow. And yeah, I got kicked, so I never even got to pick him up or get the small horns. But this guy I did manage to get, and I really love getting those Bighorns Cape Buffalo. But now moving on to the more exciting clips of this video. These are things that I've been looking for the lodge for so long, and I've really wanted to either get them for the PC or I've wanted to get them in general. But these first ones are just ones I wanted to get for the PC that I had them on Xbox, but I needed them for my PC lodge. I picked up a max weight Iberian wolf track, and I decided to follow it. And you will have seen very briefly there because I didn't get much of a clip when I hit to record, basically to record what I'd just seen before I got it running so that it was actually recording as I was doing things. It was a legendary, and I couldn't believe it. I was talking with my partner. I said, I suspect it's a mythical, but if I don't chase them, I'll never know. And I spotted it, and it was a legendary, and I just couldn't believe it. I just was completely gobsmacked to actually see a legendary. I have been coming to Quattro specifically looking for a diamond Iberian wolf and a diamond Ronda Ibex or Ronda Ibex. And to see a legendary finally was awesome. Now, I thought I would actually leave this as a bit of a longer clip because normally you only see me shoot the diamonds and then pick them up. I thought it would be kind of cool to leave this one and show how I pushed him out of the brush, intentionally running to spook him out of the brush, so that I could get him into an area like this where it's a lot more open, so that I can then watch them as they flee for the distance that they're going to flee for, and then get a shot on them. And I have never had Iberian wolves in the lavender fields. Never had that before. And it just added to the excitement, the pure excitement of seeing a legendary Iberian wolf. And I'm just so pleased because I really like the Iberian wolves. I think they're a beautiful animal. Even the common ones, their fur is just such a remarkable patterning, and they're just beautiful to look at. And seeing that legendary on the screen never gets old. Now, these guys did seem to be. I've noticed it's happening with wolves actually a lot today in multiplayer, where they'll say that they're fleeing even when they're not, because, like, right now he's not fleeing, he's alert. This is something that max level animals do. They'll stop fleeing and then they go alert and then they sort of walk around a bit. And that's what he's doing here, but it says he's fleeing. And if you watch carefully, some of the times when I'm spotting him, you'll see the fleeing like the fleeing state, it's like flickering because it's trying to say that it's in a different state other than fleeing. But yeah, so I was just trying to sort of play it because I didn't want him to spook off again because again it's multiplayer, things go wrong, as I was talking about with the Cape Buffalo. And I'm always just wanting to get the animal down and pick it up before something catastrophic happens because yeah, you just never know. I could, just lose connection, and I might not see another one for however many weeks. It just depends on the luck and if the game doesn't crash, basically. And you just don't want something, like I said, like with that catastrophic Buffalo incident that I mentioned before. You just don't want that sort of thing to happen. But I was kind of just trying to get him to give me that broadside shot because I didn't really want to take anything other than broadside. I trust the M1 completely. However, I'm always nervous when it's something I've been particularly looking for. And like I said, I've been looking for one of these guys. So I was really, really taking my time with it. And just watching an Iberian wolf, like a legendary Iberian wolf, walk through the lavender fields. I've never had anything, no diamonds, no rares, no nothing in these lavender fields. And it just was such a cool thing to actually see them in a different part of the environment. And you see there, I used the 22 to try and actually get it to go alert again because he wasn't alert. He was probably nervous and walking away, even though it says he's fleeing. So I don't know, like I said, what's going on with that. I noticed it again with something else that's going to be later in this video. With it not displaying the correct state of what the animal's actually doing. So I don't know what's going on with that at the minute. But he just kind of was walking across that road, and I didn't want him to go into the brush on the other side. And so I was trying to sort of run around and make him hear me because the higher level animals quite often will just hear you, and you don't always have to use the 22 to actually alert them. You can just sort of run around and jump. But he wasn't hearing me, and he was getting further and further away. So I decided to put another 22 bullet next to him. That made him go alert again, which then I had to cycle through my guns again, get back to the M1, and I knew that if he stopped just even quartering two, I would take it. Like that there, perfect. Boom. Just perfect. And you can see there, he didn't go more than a couple of meters before he dropped. And walking over on the road, you can see there just how much blood there is. That's a vital hit. Just such a beautiful looking wolf. Like, look at the patterning on that fur. And he did make diamond at 39.70. And you can see there that's a 1.53 kilometre tracking distance. So I tracked him quite a way, but that shot couldn't have been more perfect if I tried. Double lung and liver, that's just the perfect shot. And yeah, I'm just so happy to finally have one. Now, you may have heard me say earlier that I was looking for a Diamond Ronda Ibex. Well, in the same session as that Iberian wolf, I found a level 5 Ronda. I have been looking for one of these for weeks, every time I've come into multiplayer, I've gone to Quattro looking for one of these, as I only needed this Ibex to complete the Diamond Grand Slam. Now, I completed the Diamond Grand Slam on Xbox, but I really wanted to do it on PC, and this was the last Ibex I needed. Last time it was the Southeasterns that were just a pain to get for me, this time it was the Rondas. And I was so excited when I saw this level 5, honestly. And it's the grey colour fur as well, which I really like. And I was just like, please can this make it? Please don't troll. And I really, again, was being careful. I wanted to make sure I got the perfect shot on this. But it was, again, low level multiplayer sessions that it just hadn't been checked. These lakes were completely barren of need zones, and so these spawns had never been seen. And it, for me, is perfect because it meant that I could come and actually look for them. And I did end up actually being able to host this multiplayer session after the host left, and it just gave me absolutely amazing opportunity to go through a pretty unsearched multiplayer. And you can see there, made a good shot on him, and he barely went any distance before he dropped as well. Again, good strong blood trail. And just, I love the Ronda Ibex. They're probably one of my favourite of the Ibex next to Pasiti, but I think they're just gorgeous. And he made it. And that, you can see the achievement in the corner there, the Slam of Glory. I have completed my Diamond Grand Slam for the second time. And I'm really pleased because I wanted to put the multi-mount together in the lodge. I've been waiting to do it. And that is just such a cool looking animal. Those horns, the thickness of those horns, just awesome. Just an awesome animal. Now, this little section over the next couple of minutes is just going to be some whitetail clips before we get into my favourite part of this video, which is going to be towards the end. You can see there, that is another melanistic whitetail. This is my 5th melanistic whitetail buck off of Leighton from Grinding for a Great One. Still don't have one. We have the new reserve coming out tomorrow, so tonight is my last night to really push Leighton, and I'm going to go as late as I can and push and hopefully maybe get one. So these are basically just the best kills from over the past couple of days. I've killed several hundred again in the last few days, and yeah, I've had some really cool stuff spawn. And the fact that I've had 5 melanistics is insane, because they're supposed to be like the rarest of the rares for whitetail, and I actually have less albinos. And I just can believe it. And also, this is another really big piebald, which is something really cool because the fact that I've now got 2 this size meant that I could take out 2 of the smaller ones from my piebald huddle mount and actually replace them with these, so that huddle mount looks even better now, and that makes me really happy. But I really hope that I can get one more albino before I'm done with this second grind, because then I'll have a huddle mount of all of the rares, and I really would like to do that. But yeah, so now some diamonds. This is a massive diamond whitetail. 260 to 301 on the estimate is huge. 255 is diamond minimum. And when I saw this guy, like, I saw him in the distance, and I knew that it was a level 3. And when you see those level 3s that you know it's a level 3 before you even spot it, they're always really big. And yeah, I managed to drop him where he was, and I actually got a good shot on that other buck too for respawns. As obviously, I'm trying to get as many respawns as possible because of trying to get a great one. Like, I've been talking to people, and they've said it's got to happen at some point. You know, I'm getting 2 or 3 diamonds a day, plus all of these rares, including like all those melanistics. Surely, eventually, I'm going to get that second one. And that's the only thing that's like keeping me pushing through shooting all of these whitetail, because I'm so far. I'm well over 3,500 kills into this second grind, and it's difficult because whitetail on Leighton don't like to behave. So it's been really interesting, and with the new map coming out tomorrow, I would really like to try and get it's not going to happen, but I'm going to try tonight to try and get a second great one. And worst comes to worst, that's some good respawns for when I actually kick up the grind that's going to be going between Leighton and Rancho del Arroyo, because as soon as I get my hands on that map, I'm working out where my whitetail are, and I'm setting up that map as well, and then I'll go between the two, grinding for my second one. I don't know if I'll do a third grind, because I'm kind of whitetailed out, but I really kind of want to complete the second grind, and I really do want to try and get because I'd like to have two great ones and then my biggest diamond, so like a really big typical and then the two big non-typicals. I thought that could look pretty cool. I was thinking about having the two if I do get another one, because there's no guarantee that I'll ever get one. But if I do get another one, I thought about having them in the fighting pose, but there's just nothing in that fighting multi-mount that really shows off the antlers. They're all kind of just facing down because of course the bucks are fighting, so they've got their antlers locked together. And of course the antlers are going to clip through each other because of them being massive non-typicals. If there was a pose in that had them like squaring up alongside each other, that's what I would then go with that. But because there isn't, I think a huddle mount with a really massive diamond and then two great ones could look quite cool. Um, who knows if I do complete the second grind, I might end up going for a third one. There's no guarantee that I won't, because they're pretty addicting grinding for great ones. I'm not gonna lie. I really I do enjoy it, but the whitetail are difficult at the moment. But you can see this one's absolutely massive, 99 kilos. So, only just over another kilo, and he would have been a great one. But now to the really cool bit of the video, guys. This is the bit that I'm so excited to share with you. As you can see there, I just spotted a legendary grey wolf. Now, if you don't know me and you haven't been following the channel, you won't know, but I have an absolutely awful time with grey wolves. They do not like me, and honestly, it's gotten to the point where I'm not the biggest fan of them. But you can see how close to the lodge that was that I actually spotted this guy. And this got my heart going. Like, this is seeing, to me, this is like seeing a massive rare whitetail. Because that's something else I'm hoping for from that grind, is like maybe get my first super rare, because as many rares as I've shot, as many diamonds as I've shot, I've never had a super rare, and I really would like to try and get one. But this got my heart going probably equally as much, because I have never had a diamond grey wolf. It is one of the few species in this game that I've never had a diamond of, because every time I've shot one, they trolled, apart from one which would have made it on this system, but it didn't on the old system where we had quick kill, because I lost a little bit of quick kill and he was a borderline diamond. He was like a 951 and he lost like 2 or 3% quick kill, and then it didn't make it, or something like that. It was just such a tiny little bit because it was single lung, and it didn't go the way that I needed it to. And so ever since, I have been hunting grey wolves trying to get a diamond. I have had troll after troll after troll after troll with these guys, and every time it's like gets my heart going, and I'm really, really excited, and I'm just praying that they'll make it. And I was just waiting again for the perfect shot. And this wolf just obliged so happily, gave me just the best shot I can ever think of. And you can see there what I meant between like the states of what they're doing kind of flickers between like calm and aggressive and then fleeing. It's almost like it can't decide. Now, I was going to take my scope off there, but then the pack changed to fleeing, so I didn't have to worry about getting killed by the rest of his pack. But then they did the weird thing where they don't really flee and they just kind of stand there. And I need money ready for the new map tomorrow. I've got nearly a mil, so I'm getting back up to my Xbox levels of money. But I know tomorrow I'm going to spend so much on tents and tripods, setting up for grinds, setting up for areas that I already know are hotspots. I've been watching stuff on that reserve, and tomorrow there is going to be a video, at least one video, of me going over spots that I find on the new reserve, animals I find on the new reserve, anything cool that I can get on the new reserve tomorrow. Playing around with the new shotgun, with the pheasants. So yeah, it's a lot of money that's going to be spent in game tomorrow for me. So I shot the rest of the pack and I thought, right, I'll pick them up after. Let's pick up the really important one first. And he made it. 39.10. That is such a clutch. He made it by 0.10 diamond. There's no words. I am so relieved to finally be done with grey wolves. I cannot believe that I am done. I'm so happy with this. I never have to hunt them ever again. I'm so happy. This is perhaps the happiest I've been getting a diamond in a long time. And I don't really know why. I love grey wolves. That could be the thing, and that it's been kind of heartbreaking every time that they've trolled me. but just to finally have one, I was just super, super stoked. And I almost didn't check the wolves in this spot. I went to an outpost and I thought, can I really be bothered to go and check grey wolves again when they always troll me? And then something in me said, go and check them because there is an unhunted map. This map was almost completely unhunted in the wolf area up in the Teakon forest. So I got that one and I was like, yes. I thought, let's just check and make sure there's nothing else good. Second legendary, second pack of wolves I spot in this multiplayer, there's another legendary. I just was gobsmacked completely. I'm watching this again. I can't believe that this happened just now. I'm so happy. But they did the thing where they flee and then they just stood there. So I managed to get a really good shot on him very quickly. And because when I saw them go to fleeing, I didn't want to track them because tracking things in multiplayer is not fun. And I just couldn't believe it. Not to have just one legendary that had already made diamond, but to have a second legendary in the second pack of wolves that I checked. Now, I checked this into, like, I was hunting bears and stuff on this multiplayer, and there was nothing. They were level 6s, level 5s. I think the best I saw was a level 7. So this is not hacked. This is just incredibly lucky spawns. Like, you'll see, I've spotted the rest of the pack. They're not all legendaries. And that legendary before wasn't max weight or max score. It's clutch. And then this one made diamond too. Literally on diamond requirement. This is just the craziest thing. This is the best thing that's happened in Call of the Wild to me for a long, long time. I now not only have one diamond grey wolf, I have two. And I'm just so thrilled. Like, I'm so happy. And yeah, I hope that's coming across, like, how happy I am to actually finally, have some diamond grey wolves. Thank you so, so, so much for watching, guys. Like I said, there will be Rancho Del Oro videos coming out tomorrow. I'll try and get them done by the end of the day. So yeah, hopefully you guys will be interested in them, and I hope you guys will enjoy the new map tomorrow when it comes out for PC, and obviously console is going to be in July. But yeah, thank you so, so, so much for watching, and I'll see you guys again soon.